The EIT is a European institute that is interconnecting the knowledge triangle, which means education, research and development and business in the center with the entrepreneur. And we have been successfully seeding trans-European ecosystems that to specific topics work together between industry, venture capital, universities, business schools, to foster and to breed innovation. And I guess the hosts of that conference have invited me because they like to learn from my knowledge how we have done this. My key message was that innovation needs kind of breaking the walls between the silos. And I think whether you are in big pharma companies, whether you are in universities, but maybe even in the biotech world, you have always experts which are reproducing themselves, but you need to get them together in an ecosystem where they naturally meet. Unfortunately, we have not those natural grown hubs like you have in the United States in the Boston area or let's say the Silicon Valley in California. So for that reason, we have to facilitate this. And the facilitation only occurs if this is driven by governance, ownership and accountability. I mean, to take an example, I'm impressed by the hub here in Lyon, but at the same time, I would like to see a person being personally responsible for this. So you could say, if there are much venture capital coming in the Lyon area, if there are many companies set up, and if there are groundbreaking innovations changing the life of the people, we see he or she has become successful. But if it does not work and if there's no impact, we can start to think, should we go a different way? I feel the hubs we have in Europe, within the member states and between them, they're too casual. You know, they're just, we are working together, but nobody in the end is responsible, okay? That's kind of my key message. Collaboration is a first step to interconnect, but you also have to have somebody who says, okay, I don't only see the collaboration, I also monitor whether something is coming out, whether you create impact. And it is this, I repeat this responsibility of that you have a hub management, you know, and saying you give, like in a company, you say, I like to get a product to the market, or I like to get something new to the customer, or I like to get growth in selling my product. We also should have these hubs, kind of key performance indicators that really, so to say, enforce the people who come together to collaborate, also to join to common goals, and I think really to see that they work together for the common achievement. Funny enough, there are many business partners in such hubs, but the coming together, they are not creating as a business. I have to say, if I take the press conference of this morning, and as you know, in my current function and being an entrepreneur for many years by myself, I'm almost every month 3 or 4 or 5 times on panels. Just to make a compliment, this was amongst the best panels I have been for many months. I mean, very high intellectual level, outstanding people with Alain Mérieux in the center and showing that it is possible here in Europe. I have really to state that I joined the way it was and it has been interacted this morning, and I hope this has been taped somehow because there were really some very good statements. Also, we clearly diagnosed some of the many weaknesses we have in Europe, in France, even in this area, in not being attractive enough for venture capital. It was very nicely worked out. Personally, I'm so much networked in by my function, for example, in securing the budget of the European Institute of Innovation for the next 6 years, 3 billion euros. 3 billion euros. I met in person every science minister of the 28 member states. I met many EC parliamentarians, and I met even also economy ministers, and I meet many of the CEOs of the leading industries. So I guess I rather have to restrict my time. I'm too much approached, and I like really, if I meet people, have time for them and listening to them.